but the entire Pacific Palisades looks like, unfortunately Gaza or one of these war-torn countries where awful things have happened. So, and there are fires now breaking out everywhere. So it feels totally bizarre to be talking about a movie.
Yes, this Libra actress is getting what she deserves on social media after comparing what is happening in California to Gaza. She is receiving massive criticisms pertaining to that. Now going into this, Elizabeth Warren Gate community noted for deceptively trying to raise funds for Democrat while claiming the money was intended for Los Angeles wildfire victims. I don't know why these people do this every time. But before we do this, first take a look at this clip.
All right, I'm going to read another real dark text to you guys about the LA fires and what people are talking about that you're not seeing in the news. And let me just preface this by saying I'm not defending LA. I've been trying to get out of here for years, but not everyone that lives here is some idiot that like gets their news from like sunny Hostin on the View or something. Like, we're here not because we like love it. It's just our parents didn't give us attention. Our dads didn't want us. We had to come to LA because this is where all the cameras were. This is where the attention was. But now we can do this anywhere. Let me read you this text from a friend of mine who's super smart. Wednesday on, I'm not going to tell you where, just below my house, a homeless man poured gasoline down the sewer grate and lit it on fire. Homeless in LA is a very tricky thing. It's hard to figure out who's homeless and who's not because really rich people dress like they're homeless. It's just the brand of the clothes they're wearing is like the Olsen twins or whatever. So when you see a homeless person, it's very hard to tell, like, is that a hobo or is that like a Nepo baby? And then 2 hours later, out of nowhere, with no burning embers near us, hard to prove that, Runyon goes up. We watched it from our bedroom window. A little smoke, 5 minutes later, the whole hill is on fire. 10 minutes later, we're out of there. He says, I think someone is trying to encircle Los Angeles. A few people cashing in on insurance, but someone wants to burn this place to the ground and get the land or cover the tunnels. Ow. Hit my head. The tunnels, dog, I really don't have time to take on LA tunnels, so I will.
So every single day now, we seem to get an example of the fact that the governor of California today is just simply not approaching this crisis, this absolute human and economic catastrophe in Los Angeles with anything like the sense of energy and urgency that we need. You know what he said today? He told NBC that the process of rebuilding might be able to start a year from now. What are you talking about? This comes on top of him saying that, as far as he's concerned, an expedited process for giving out permits would be 120 days. 120 days to get a permit to rebuild the exact same house that was there before. It should be instant. What are you talking about, a year before people can start rebuilding? We have to have the right level of ambition here. This is California, the great estate in America, the greatest nation. We should be able to move mountains to get this done. Of course, we need to make sure that the drought, that people are safe, that communities are safe. But even as we do that, we should be doing everything possible to clear away every single obstacle to recovery and rebuilding quickly so that people can get back into their homes, rebuild their lives, rebuild their communities. That is the kind of energy and action we need. And tomorrow I'll be laying out specific steps accompanied by leaders from the faith community, from the private sector, fire experts, right across the board. I'll be laying out a plan for how we recover, we rebuild, and we make sure that this kind of catastrophe never happens again.
Now, going into the tweet, this is what Elizabeth Warren sent out on X to help support the communities around LA being devastated by wildfire. Can you spare a donation between the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation and United Way of Greater Los Angeles, 100% of your donation will go directly to these organizations. Hmm. When you go down here, community note, corrected her, this is not a link to charity. It is a link to a Democrat fundraiser platform. They take 3.9% of all transactions. You can donate directly to this charity, Los Angeles County Fire Department Foundation. They had to provide a link. So you can see how deceptive these people can be. They send out a link for people to donate. Why Democrat Party caught 3.9% of every single franc entering. You can see the mafia these people play every single day.
Because he says it was unbelievable. I thought it was fake news. He said that California's woke politics and DEI are the reasons for the fires because Newsom has been tearing down dams because Native Americans, but he called them Indians, wanted some of the river back so they could catch salmon. And Gavin didn't just knock down one dam for the Indians, he knocked them all down. He knocked down 4 of the dams. I'm sorry, this is stolen land, first of all, okay? California is stolen land. Second of all, that's part of what always happens. These dams, there's preservation of the dam. So that was just complete, not only misinformation, but it was racist. And I think we need to also call stuff like that out.
Well, look, I think what this has shown us is for people who thought that Donald Trump has changed, he has not changed, okay? No. He is the same immature, insensitive, inappropriate oaf that he's always been. What he should be doing right now is putting out tweets saying, I thank the heroic first responders. I thank the countries of Canada and Mexico and all the others who've helped. I thank the surrounding states that have sent help. I have talked to Governor Newsom. I have talked to Mayor Bass. I have told them that my administration in 7 days will be ready to supply everything and anything that California needs. Californians, my thoughts are with you. Those are the things you have to say. If you need help in figuring it out, go look at everything that Joe Biden has said for the last 4 years after a natural disaster. I have lived in Florida for 44 years. I have seen so many hurricanes. You know what somebody wants at that time?
Here's how this works. There was a fire catastrophe in California. Had to do with winds. You know how they're always saying, oh, the wind. It actually does. The winds move things and sparks move things. And it doesn't matter how much water you have if 900,000 buildings go up at the same time. Now, having lived in California, having lost every house save for one that we ever lived in, I take great offense.
Yes, I believe you've seen this cackling the view. Sonny Hostin cannot, give a political opinion without mentioning something linking to other. Why must everything revolve around racism? I'm tired talking about this lady, though at a certain point, I don't usually like to do videos. I decided to do this based on the second lady, calling them out. Now, this Anna is saying, oh, go back and look at what Biden has been doing for the past 4 years. Oh, address it like this. It is crazy. Talk. It's not anything. If you are talking back by actions, it is important. Biden has been talking like she claimed, and people still criticize his response to most of these disasters, what we saw during the 5 years. So I don't understand what she's talking about. Trump did a lot more than Joe being in office for 4 years. Trump criticizing Gavin Newsom is something we already know. Not only Trump, a lot of people have called out these people, Gavin Newsom, about a lot of issues, mismanagement, and now we have seen Santos even proceeding that they will not send aid to this location. So these people on the view, they will never see that as anything. They will continue to sit here and spew nonsense. Thank you guys for always been there sharing on my videos. I don't like to make the videos long. Reason I always cut it at this point for people who struggle every single day. Like I'm singing. Why I'm doing these clips. Please, this is how I speak in daily life. If you meet me on the street, don't expect to see a change. I'm not faking. This is my voice. So if you are new to this channel, get used to.
As you know, it has been a future president and his gaggle of scumbags chose to say during our darkest and most terrifying hour. The fact that they chose to attack our firefighters, who apparently aren't white enough to be out there risking their lives on our behalf, it's disgusting, but it's not surprising. Instead, I want to focus on thanking those men and women
are a function of their flawed morality and policy.
The problem with California is forestry management.
We're triggering total collapse.
The city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. And, you know, I flew here last night. I was on a plane, started getting texts.
So I am evacuating my home.
What we need to do against what we know is right. And these are the results.
Some is now calling that Gavin Newsom should step down.
This is you getting water to areas that need water because there are fires in 100-mile-an-hour winds.
The situation is beyond control. I'll be updating you, giving you more information to what I'm observing on social media. I didn't want to report this, but people keep sending this to me. God bless you.
Health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
What do we do?
Right now you're looking history, remember it.
As a country about yeah, we were just talking about the wildfire situation and how crazy it is that they
still funny. And then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know, but it's like, you know, it's sad.
I want to be,
Jim Jordan.
In the 5 tenants of
Palisades Village right here. This is the town center of sorts.
He will, a Pizzagate